Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're here at Morecambe Football Club. First time up here. Mr. Dev Sahni, how are you?
I'm good, yeah. Home of the mighty Morecambe FC. Horrible weather up here, to be honest, mate. I'm sure it gets better in the summer, but like this is not great at all. It's been raining. I went for a run last night along Morecambe Bay because when I see Tyson do it on his Instagram, it looks great, inspirational, and I just couldn't really get going. The wind was like almost blowing me into the road. So yeah, I'll stick to my southern runs in the future.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest, and no offence to anybody from Morecambe. I was slightly disappointed when I got up here today, drove up this morning, and yeah, I looked across the bay, across the beach, and yeah, it wasn't Netflix documentary-esque, was it?
I think they've put a few filters on the documentary, but shout out Morecambe FC, thank you for having us, and of course, listen, it ain't all bad. They are the home of the Gypsy King. This is where he was born, where he came from, where that fighting blood runs through his veins. So, hey, Morecambe's cool.
Let's talk about the press conference. You hosted it, obviously. How do you think Tyson Fury looked? How did he appear? And how do you think he spoke today?
I think he just looked like a man on a mission, right? He just looked like he's not messing about. He knows Usyk's like really, really good. It's kind of that, right? It's not like, and he's saying, look, don't say shit after I beat him, which is quite, and people will, by the way, if he does beat Alexander Usyk, there will be the same old characters out there saying, oh, Usyk was too small, and he was old, he wouldn't have beaten him in his prime. Or if they'll say, if they were the same size, then who would have won? They'll say all of this sort of stuff. So in terms of Tyson, looked great. Jawline, abs in recent photos as well, in good spirits, and he knows it's serious. I love that John's in the camp. I love that Tyson refers to that as a secret weapon, because John don't take any prisoners. It will be militant.
As you found out today.
Yeah, I know. I thought he said that Usyk had a weak jaw, but he obviously didn't say that. But whenever I have sort of encounters like that with John Fury, I exaggerate my expressions. I mean, I was terrified anyway, but I think it's quite cool to be there like that kind of thing. But yeah, great that John's in camp. I'm happy for John being in camp and around it all as well. I think we're going to see a tremendous Tyson Fury, Joe.
Why wasn't John Fury on the top table today? He always adds value.
I've no idea. I would have loved him on the top table.
Well, a Dev Sahni decision then, no?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd have him on there instead of me. So, yeah.
Key theme, I think, of today's press conference, probably the thing that everyone's taking out of it the most is the Achilles heel, as Frank's putting it, and that is that Alexander Usyk don't like being hit to the body. Do you think that is going to play a big part? Is it foreshadowing that May fight night in Saudi Arabia?
Good word, Joe Pugh. I didn't even know you knew that word. Well done. Foreshadowing. It feels like it, right? Because Tyson's been going on about hitting him to the body as well. We did like Insta posts talking about it. Frank's proper been talking about it, calling Usyk a crybaby whenever he gets hit to the body. It feels like that's something to go after. You're not really going to hit his head that much because he does move about quite. He's a slick, kind of elusive southpaw, but that body's not going to move as much. And if he's shown vulnerability in the past, and you've got a behemoth like Tyson Fury slugging away to the body, 270 pounds of him hitting him in the body, it feels like something that could hurt him. He has been over with body shots in the past. And, yeah, I wouldn't blame Tyson for going after him and probably trying to punch him in the face too.
Do you think this fight will end by knockout? Everyone on the top table seems to think so.
Yeah. I'm not going to say who I pick just in case I have to interview either party before the fight. But, yeah, I do think it'll end in a stoppage, this one.
Over the past, well, it hasn't even been 12 months yet, but we'll start off from the Fury and Ngannou fight. This whole Riyadh season, it's kind of seemed to go level upon level upon level, and then from what His Excellency said today, seems like it's going up to the next level. A song's been released today. I haven't heard it yet. Have you heard it?
I've seen that it's on Instagram. I just haven't done the volume yet to have a look. But I'm gonna download it. Subscribe, everything like that. To be fair, the Battle of the Baddest song, that was a tune, right? La-dee, la-dee.
Do you think it's going to go up even more levels though for this event?
I think so. I mean, look, the Battle of the Baddest started off Riyadh season. That was incredible. Like nights that I'll never forget. That gala dinner and like Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo turning up, and Pacquiao, like all of these legends. It feels like with this fight, with this being historic, first undisputed champion of the century, it feels like they're going to have to turn it up a notch. I can't wait to get out there. I really can't. And as I've said to you before, every time we go out there, something crazy happens. Who knows what's going to happen this time? Could something crazy happen again? I don't know. But all the shows just seem to be getting better and better and better. And loving it.
Certainly. And some people, I completely disagree. The Twitter sphere, the internet sphere, have kind of said the undercard isn't great. Like,
oh, don't get me going, Joe.
What is this all about?
To be fair, I've seen more comments about people saying that the undercard's weak than I actually have about.
There was like a small contingent at the start, and then since then everyone's kind of backed up and backed you up, really.
Yeah, I think it was the Sports Bible article which highlighted a couple of numpties who don't know what they're talking about, saying that it's a crap undercard. It's obviously not. The best two cruiserweights in the world, Jael Pataya, Maurice Bradis. And by the way, we're talking about how good Jael Pataya is, how he's a killer. Maurice Bradis, when they fought last time, this is a rematch, he broke his jaw. Yeah. So he ain't too bad. So I'm very excited about that rematch. You've got IBO Super Featherweight Champion against IBF Super Featherweight Champion, Cordina versus Cacace. It sounds like an Italian title fight. It's not. It's for the world titles. That's a brilliant fight. You got Kovalev's coming back. He's one of the best fighters we've had in the last 10, 15 years. Moses Itauma, future of the heavyweight division. And the sleeper, the one that won't get as much attention as it should, you've got two guys who didn't need to take this next fight. Ajit Kabayel, 24-0. Frank Sanchez, 24-0. They can go their separate routes. They are colliding. I love that fight. That's one of the best fights that can be made in the heavyweight division. Two genuine top 10 heavyweight fighters. So, mate, and Mark Chamberlain's back out. we know he's a bit of a favourite. So, I think he'll be a world champion before long, mate. I think he's got all the backing. He's got the talent. I think we're looking at a future world lightweight champion.
Because Mark's been given this backing, it is a good card, it is a great card, I can't wait. But because of this backing Mark's getting, do you think it's going to kind of drift away from the Sam Noakes fight? Because before Mark went over there, that was all was being spoken about, and now it hasn't been spoken about as much because of the shine's been on His Excellency's love for him.
But you know what's going to happen? Sam Noakes is about to fight Yvonne Mendy for the European lightweight title.
Great fight, by the way.
Great fight. Yvonne Mendy has never been stopped. He's lost 6 times, but he's never been stopped in any of those fights. He's been in with guys like Baranchyk, who's about to fight for the world lightweight title. Now, if Sam Noakes stops this guy, even if he beats him, it's huge levels. If he stops him, that's a huge statement. And then you're looking around and saying, well, who can Sam Noakes fight? Look at this guy, Mark Chamberlain. What a big fight. I think that fight's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think they're actually, pending Sam Noakes doing a job on Yvonne Mendy, they're drifting towards each other. That's my feeling.
Next Monday, will you be hosting the press conference?
I don't know. I don't know yet. Everything's like, it's all mad right now, mate. Like, it's like this Fury presser sort of popped up out of nowhere, so I'm taking it a day at a time. I'll be prepped, I'll be ready for everything, and yeah, look, let's see.
I think it'd be good if you had yourself and a Matchroom host, like 2 hosts.
Big Jamie Ward. Yeah. That would be good fun. I love Jamie Ward, by the way.
Aren't you going to fight each other?
Definitely not. Definitely not. He's quite being up close in person to him. Like, he's very broad. He's quite thick. So I think he's probably naturally got about 3 to 4 stone on me, to be honest. So yeah, it'd just be too embarrassing for him to get battered by someone so much lighter.
I'm going to clip this up and send it to him straight away.
Please don't. No, please, Jamie, leave me alone. You're way bigger than me and younger. So yeah, let him crack on.
Last one. Last week, Anthony Joshua made comments that he's probably only got 2 years left in the game. Does that put added pressure on Fury, on Joshua, to make that fight? Because now you've only really got 48-month deadline if Anthony Joshua is going to stick to what he said in last week's interview.
I don't think either man will retire without having faced each other. So I don't think that's Joshua imposing a deadline. I think he was probably just asked, and he realised he's 35 soon. I reckon I can get it all done in a couple of years. It will be a sad day when he does retire because everyone hypes him up, obviously. But you've got to give him the props for that. What he's done for British boxing, been incredible. So that will be a sad day. It'll be a real end of an era. But I think him fighting Tyson Fury, inevitable. Neither man will leave the sport without that fight on their record, maybe twice.
Do you know who the 5v5s are?
No.
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 Do you think you know?
No.
I'm not going to ask you who, because obviously you're not going to say.
Don't know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
Find
do.
out.
You definitely know.
Find out at the press conference. Literally, I don't know. I'd imagine some... Well, I don't know. I keep hearing some of the fights aren't even done, so we'll find out.
Have you heard, like, obviously there's 5 kind of fights that are floating about. Yeah.
All I see is someone like Dan Raphael and all those guys like posting, this is done, this is done, this is done. But I don't know. No one like internally or anything is saying, there's no like bout sheet going around with all of this. It's all very, very top secret. So we are all going to know for sure at this press conference. And from what I've seen, this press conference is going to be absolutely epic, by the way. Just... like, mate, you'll never forget this. This is just, I can't wait for that presser, honestly. But yeah, find out then. Stop trying to get it out beforehand. Not that I even know. But,
yeah, I'm not trying to ask you. I just wondered if you were privy to that information before we were, being in such a privileged position that you are, Dev. No.
I wish I knew.
Okay. Well, we'll find out in, 5 days now? Not long to wait. Dev, thank you very much for being to IFLTV, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you next Monday.
Okay. See you then, big presser.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.